Hello everyone, it's Suzanne here, and today I want to show you how I make these flowers. So I'm making these flowers as part of my next project for Aunty Vera Scrap and Craft. These flowers are really quite simple, although I certainly didn't come up with the idea. I watch a lady on YouTube called Joshi, and she makes incredible flowers just using this one's an EK Success. I think Stampin' Up does it as well. This one I got at a D-stash. It's so old you can hardly see. It's just this, just pops out this little 5-petal flower. If you check her out on YouTube, she makes some really beautiful stuff very simply. So in the kit, the June kit, we got Ranger Distress Marker, Wilted Violet, and I've used that to colour my flowers. So I don't colour them with the actual pen. I just use some of the ink on my large stamping block like so. I add some water and I just put the flowers in it to have a good soak up of that colour. Now this does take a little while, but it's good fun if you don't mind having purple fingers. As you can see, I've been at it. So I just do that, and then I let them have a little drain off on some kitchen towel. So you could do this with any of your distress markers. I also do it with the ink pads. I apply the ink to the flowers and then spray them so that the water moves the colour, and yeah, you don't use a lot of ink or spray or whatever if you do it this way. And if you want a nice subtle colour, this is a great way to get it, rather than a very, dark colour. Alright, so after that I just wipe that off. Now to get that wrinkled look, it's pretty simple, but you're going to have to get messy fingers. So I just start in the middle of the petal and I just fold it back and forth on itself. I hope you can see that okay. Just like that. Give it a little squash, a little twirl, and I just do that to all of the petals. Okay. So I think you've got the idea there. So they just end up looking like that. I'll do the others because I do a little bit of shaping with my flower shaping tools, but not a great deal. So after you've done the 5, and I'm using 3 of these for each flower. I think Archana only uses 2, but I found that 3 made a 4 flower. So I am using a very large ball here just to add a little bit of shape at the bottom and give it a bit of a push down through there so that it does cup up. Okay, and when you dry that with the heat gun, it will be very hard, like these. They hold their shape beautifully. So I'm going to move those out the way and I'll show you what I do with these. So I'm just going to put these three together and I just offset them a little bit. If I think the petals are too closed in, I'll pull them apart a little bit. So I just give it a little pull out like so, if I don't want them that wrinkled up. So the one in the very center, I leave it quite closed and really wrinkled up. So I just add PVA and I just offset them. So you want the center one not in the same, you don't want them all lined up. Okay, and I just press it in there with my flower shaper to make sure it's got good contact with that glue. And I just do the same. So I might pull these ones out a little bit again. They're a bit closed up. Okay. Again, we want some more glue. Again, you're offsetting those flowers and pressing it in there with the ball of your flower shaper. So if you don't have one of these, a pencil with the, you know, the little rubber end, that's also a good thing to use. You don't have to have these tools at all. Okay, and then I've also used, I have this die from Craft. Didn't buy it for that. I bought it for these parts because it makes a fabulous leaf part under the flower. So I just cut out a pile of those. I use my Distress Spray Stain Peel Paint to colour them. If you had green cardstock, you could just use that. I didn't have any that I like the colour of for leaves, so I just coloured my own white cardstock. I cut it out. I'll show you in a moment what I did to it. Again, I just hold it there for a little moment till it's got good contact. So here's one that's dried. Now you can see that I've put a hole down the middle, and all I use is an awl, and I just poke it down the center. Just want it large enough. We're going to put some stamens in, and I'll show you how I do that. Before I do that, so this is what I get from this die. Comes out looking like that, and I just cut each of those in half like so, and then I just spray it with the peeled paint, and then I just scrunch it up a bit so it doesn't look all uniform, and because flowers are never, they don't all ever look the same. So I just use the peel paint and yeah, just give it a, when it's wet, I just scrunch it all up and it'll come out looking something like that. So now it's, so I dry it all with my heat gun, obviously. I don't like to wait. I punch the hole in the center when I've got them all glued together with my awl. So don't make the hole too big like I may have. And then I use 3 stamens. Now the easy way to get this down the center, and I can't find my little hooked piece of wire. There it is. So I just use a small piece of wire and I hook it through the 3 like so, and then down the center and pull it through to the back. So you can have them, some people like this sticking right up out, but I've got mine just inside the flower. So I'm going to use some of my Dries Clear art glitter glue. Here's hoping that it's not all clogged up like it usually is. And I just pop some in there around the base of them, like so. That glue is fabulous. It dries so fast and it's very, very strong. So that's your flower. Now to make it even stronger for the stamens in the center, I pop on a little bit of hot glue, and I've got my little finger protect here. I've got these from Daiso. These are great. And I just put on a little bit of hot glue here, just wherever on the back, and I just hold that down. That just means they're not coming out. So you just want to hold it there for a little bit and pull that off. So any big chunky bits, pull them off. And then if they look a bit too long, I just chop those off like so. And there you have it. They're really cute, and I'm going to be popping them all in here when I've finished. So I'm going to make a set of 15 of them for my next project. I hope you liked that little tutorial, and of course if you want to see somebody make even more flowers with that same bunch, have a look at Archana Joshi. She's really incredible. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye.